My name is Erik Archer-Smith. I am the marketing director at ARM Treasure Data. ARM Treasure Data is a customer data platform. We specialize in unifying data silos, usually for marketing and business purposes. I am from the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm here in Boston for the eTail East conference. Customer data platform is a type of big data technology specifically designed for non-technical users. So we oftentimes see use cases in marketing, sales, and customer experience teams, which have limited technical skill sets, or at least don't have dedicated data science or data engineering teams, but still need to work across data systems to improve customer experiences. Customer data platforms and CRM are different in many ways, and it's a very common misconception. So let's start with CRM, meaning a customer relationship management platform. When I think about CRM, I think about usually a system that is used by customer-facing agents, right? Very human readable. First name, last name, what's your occupation? And sales and support people will use that to collect and gather customer data, sometimes through very manual processes or sometimes through marketing automation. A customer data platform, however, works with CRM, but also works with advertising technology platforms, or works with billing platforms, or works directly with web data or mobile data, things that CRMs were never designed to do. And in addition to that difference, customer data platforms are designed to analyze data. CRMs oftentimes have canned reports, but aren't really built for machine learning, for example. And CRMs certainly aren't designed for activation. So a CRM will collect data, and humans who are using that system will read that data and use it to make an informed conversation with a customer. But customer data platforms will take that data, analyze that data, and then reactivate it, maybe into an advertising platform or into a personalized web experience. So they're much more dynamic, they're much more powerful, but they're designed to work with CRM and never to replace CRM. People should use a CDP or customer data platform in retail or e-commerce because we hear all the time that systems are siloed, data systems specifically. And to give examples, whether it's e-commerce or retail, there's usually a digital marketing team that will work with, say, digital advertisements, Google advertisements, Facebook advertisements, those sorts of things. There's often an email marketing team, and they're crafting email copy and delivering those to current customers or prospective customers. There are customer success teams, then they may actually be physical phone agents. And each one of those teams will likely have a system dedicated to their operation. But those systems were never designed to work together. And that's a problem. Because if we think about some of the largest companies in the world today, if I think about Facebook, or I think about Airbnb, or I think about Netflix or Hulu, they've mastered data, they've mastered personalization. If you access Airbnb on your mobile, it'll have a very similar experience to if you access Airbnb on the web, for example. They know what you've looked at, they know how to retarget, they know what customers like you have preferred. And if you think about retail and e-commerce, if these systems remain separate, as they are today, the advertising team won't know what happened or didn't happen in email, and the email won't know what you purchased or didn't purchase. And a very simple example is this. I think we can all relate. You purchase something online, and you see an advertisement for that thing for 2 more weeks. That's an example of systems not talking to each other, and CDPs fundamentally make that connection and resolve that problem. Personalization and CDP are two related topics. Personalization is sort of the end result of a CDP. So a CDP is the question to how, whereas personalization may be the question to what do I do to gain new customers? What do I do to retain more customers? Personalization is fundamentally enabled by data. And it means that you're able to engage with your customers on the channel they prefer, at the time they prefer. It is not trying to personalize all things at all times. And it's a very subtle difference. And so ultimately, CDPs are the way that you get the data and the insight together So you can make the distinction between this person and that person who may look very similar on paper, but one prefers Twitter and one prefers Facebook. Some cutting-edge tactics for blending online and offline datasets typically resolve around your mobile device. So your mobile device has a mobile device ID. It can be used as the handshake between digital touchpoints and physical touchpoints. So for example, when you walk into a store, if you connect to Wi-Fi, with permission, of course, but if you opt in, you could then collect that device ID and understand what a customer does in store. And again, a very good example of this would simply be you find something online, but maybe it's a larger ticket price item and it's not something that you're comfortable just clicking a button and spending several $100s. So you go to the store, you want to physically touch it. You buy that thing, you should no longer see advertisements for that thing. But making the connection between what you do in store and what you do online is difficult. Mobile device ID is one of the most common ways to do that. So, whether it's connecting to Wi-Fi, whether it's connecting to beacons or sensors in a smart shelf, whether you're using a loyalty app that may have some location-based service. And there are conversations around creepy, but think about how this can also benefit. Right? So you walk into a store you've never been before and it can highlight which shelf you need to go to, right? So you can pick it up easier. Or if you know that you're interested in organic products, it might highlight, hey, these are the organic products on this shelf that you might appreciate. And it's going to do that through the mobile device ID. So there are more advanced ones, I suppose. I'd say most companies are still struggling even to reach that level. And I think that mobile device ID is probably the most powerful because we're all walking around with these devices in our pockets. But again, I want to reiterate that this should only be done with the consent of the customer.